Dillian White said, I never priced myself out in reference to a rematch with AJ. Yeah, let's talk.
Push the weight in no flex. Flex alive is one in the six. With the runner boy, you nigga, no question. You will run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walker, drink blood, trains out, full moon, motherfucker change like a hoe. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Drew Titan Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. Well, here we go again. Came across this article. Dillian White said, I never priced myself out of an Anthony Joshua rematch. I didn't make any demands. Heavyweight contender Dillian White is disputing the recent statements that were made by promoter Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn claimed in several interviews that White was demanding too much money for a rematch with AJ. Let me stop right there. Who's lying? I'm just going to ask you, who's lying? 15 million days, remember that? 15 million days, I'm in the number one contender or the mandatory, remember that? Remember how Dillian sat there? Frank Warren, we used to be slave drivers. He sat there with this weird look on his face. Remember when Dillian could have came to the PBC and fought Deontay? He was in the United States. Deontay and him were in the same room. Nothing happened, of course. Y'all remember all of this? Let's go! Remember that? So now you got Eddie Hearn saying that this man asked for too much money, priced himself out. And Dillian said, I never said anything about it. What? Well, let's read the article. Hearn was aiming to secure White for Joshua's potential ring return on August 12th in the UK. According to Hearn, he sent over an offer, and White's handlers found the numbers to be unacceptable. Again, let me stop right there for a second. Who's lying? The veteran promoter is now exploring alternative options for his boxer. However, White explains that he was never seriously persuaded for the date. White believes his name was being used to boost Joshua's position when it comes to negotiating a possible December showdown with former WBC world champion Deontay Wilder. Nice. They're talking rubbish. I haven't turned down the fight. All I got after Eddie talking publicly and often about me making an offer to AJ was a very short email late in the evening on Friday, June 2nd. White told Wally Downs of The Sun, my British accent is horrible. But I don't care, because this whole situation is horrible. Dillian White is horrible. Eddie Hearn is horrible. You see, Eddie Hearn keep playing with y'all. Now, I ain't got no horse in this race at all. I don't. But look what's happening over there. I absolutely 100% want to fight AJ and called Eddie to discuss the offer, but couldn't get a hold of him. How does he not be able? How could Dillian White not get a hold of Eddie Hearn? I messaged him too. I didn't hear back from him, so I sent him an email to confirm I wanted to fight. I didn't turn down the offer or propose a counter offer. All I did was ask normal questions on his 3-line email, so-called offer. So the email was only 3 lines, and it was a so-called offer. This is great. Even before I emailed, Eddie was already publicly saying that his offer was unacceptable. So, why make it in the first place? It is out of order to use me to boost AJ's value in negotiations for the Wilder fight, without any intention to fight me. Heavyweight boxing is in an absolute mess. It is BS like this that doesn't help. I'll put the link in the description. You can read it yourself. White states that he also tried to obtain further information regarding the date and venue, but he was unable to get in touch with Eddie Hearn. This is golden. And I hope y'all are paying attention, because on my live this morning, it took me to say one thing about Eddie Hearn for some monkey to come swinging in on the vine by the feet with a banana, defending Eddie Hearn. Defend this, y'all. Now, mind you, this is everything to do with the Brits and AJ and Dillian White and Eddie. I ain't got no horse in this race. I'm just bringing you this news. Defend this. Go ahead. Are you team AJ? Are you team Dillian? Are you team Eddie? Because there's 3 different teams, y'all. Where y'all at on this? Is Dillian lying? AJ hasn't said a word. Lifetime contract having ass. Is Dillian lying or is Eddie lying? Who has the worst track record? It says here Eddie has rightfully been talking about it being a stadium-filled blockbuster for years, and I have chased this fight for 8 years. So I asked him, why would he host an event in the O2 in the middle of August when most of the people are on holiday? So I don't know anything about that. He didn't respond to my email or get in touch, but carried on talking about negotiations that simply weren't happening. And still haven't happened, White said. Who's lying, y'all? There hasn't been a single conversation with me, my lawyer, or any of the team. Oh my goodness. I chased him with a follow-up email on June 13th to tell him that the offer didn't feel real and that AJ obviously didn't want the fight. It was going to wait for his Saudi payday in December. I then did an interview with Sky on June 15th, after which I got a short, weird response from Eddie saying that the numbers don't work and that we should look at alternative options. Let's be very clear here. I told him I wanted the fight. I didn't turn it down, and I didn't price myself out. In fact, have not had a single discussion about it with Matchroom since the offer, and I didn't make any demands. That is the article. The link will be in the description. And here's my take on it. I am enjoying the melee. Y'all know I don't like Dillian White. Y'all know I don't like Eddie Hearn. Y'all made me not like AJ. Okay? And AJ allowed Eddie Hearn to get in between him and Deontay doing what was right for them in the sport of boxing. But good looking out, AJ. Because the timeline didn't add up anyway. I might talk about that later on, but I believe the universe has a reason for the way things fare out. Maybe I'll talk about that on a live stream at some other time. But I'm enjoying this. Dillian, you should have brought your behind to the PBC and got some good work. You could have fought Michael Hunter. If you'd have gotten away from Eddie Hearn and Matchroom or whatever, you could have fought Michael Hunter. You could have had a Deontay Wilder fight. You could have fought Kownacki. You could have fought Robert Helenius again. Who knows? You beat him before. You'd have made a bigger impact on an American audience than AJ did. The first time the American audience got a good look at AJ, he was getting swatted around the ring by Andy Ruiz. Although you lost to AJ, you'd have made a better impact in America by coming to the PBC. You didn't do it. You stayed loyal to that soil over there. And now look, he's lying on you. You see, Dillian, Eddie Hearn, you're just a guard dog. That's why we called you the Lycan. The werewolves defended the vampires in Underworld. And then the werewolves realized, hey, man, we're stronger than these guys. Why are we taking orders from them? Kill them all. Let God sort them out. In a nutshell. You see, Dillian, I don't think that you understood that you can function without that dude. And now he's out here lying on you. How do you feel now with all this cap? All this double talk? You and Deontay could have been broken bread 3 years ago. You didn't do it. Of course you want to fight AJ again. And here's the thing, and I need y'all to listen to me very carefully. Here's the thing. Right now, AJ, a rematch with Dillian White is dangerous for AJ. You know why I say that? I can't stand Dillian White, but you know what I will say about him? He don't care. He's been knocked out twice. He knows how to lose. One thing I'll give him is that he's a fighter. He understands what the mission is. The bell rings, you go in there, you do the best you can. You win some, you lose some. He's not rattled by getting knocked out by Tyson Fury, getting knocked out by Alexander Povetkin, getting knocked out and stopped by Anthony Joshua. He doesn't care. He shows up, he gets paid, and he does the best he can. He doesn't care. He understands who he is as a fighter. I'll give him that. And that's why a rematch against Anthony Joshua is dangerous for Anthony Joshua, because Anthony Joshua hasn't accepted what he is, because the pedestal that he was put on and how he's performed does not match. And he has a problem accepting that. So in his mind, he can't take another loss. So my message to the Saudis, I mean, who am I? I'm just a guy in the Bronx just talking. My message to the Saudis would be, yo, man, give those guys some sit-down money. Give Deontay some sit-down money. Give AJ some sit-down money. And tell them to ride it out until December. Here, we're going to give you, I don't know, $10 million apiece just to stay in shape, sit y'all ass down, and come do this skills challenge. Deontay might be fighting Andy Ruiz. That's a fight that Deontay totally wins. But it's Andy Ruiz. It's not going to be easy. And that's in September, allegedly. I think Deontay will have it's a win for Deontay against Andy Ruiz. And I don't want to use the term easier way to go. But what I'm saying is AJ versus Dillian White is a harder way to go. He might retain more damage. He might sustain more damage getting up to December. This is a real fight, because Dillian hurt him in the first fight. He hurt him. And everyone's questioning AJ's mental right now, and rightfully so. Sit your ass down and wait till December. But Dillian White, this is what you get. Now Eddie Hearn is lying on you. And here's I was asking the audience, who's lying? Guess what? I think Eddie's lying. There you go, Dillian. I think he's lying because Dillian said too much. He talking about lawyers and emails and everything. I would love for you to put the emails out, Dillian. I got the pigskin Tim boot up. Right now, I'm ready to smash it further on Eddie Hearn's neck. Put the emails out. But I believe you. I believe you. You've lied, but I believe you in this aspect. I believe you. In this situation, I believe you. That totally sounds like an Eddie Hearn move. You sitting in this picture looking confused? Yeah, don't be confused. You should have left him. I think Eddie lied on you. How you feel now, Dillian? Think back when you could have been working with the PBC. Think about it. You only have yourself to blame for this. So feel sorry for you. I'm not going to do that. But think about what's going on. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Bronx on deck.
Move!